Okay, I gotta get my gear on for this one. Not sure what's gonna get winged at me for this bit of sacrilege. It's top 5 reasons Android is better than iPhone, as laid out by the team at CNET's Android Atlas Weekly Podcast. Yeah, I know that sounds like we're comparing an OS to a product line, but you get it. We're going to compare the universes here, OS, devices, apps, and carriers, between the 2 hottest smartphone platforms in the world. Here we go. Number 5, Android is open source. The folks behind it don't care if you hack the phone you paid for. And they don't play games trying to outfox the way you did it. Instead, they have lives. And the Android marketplace, that's pretty much the Jezebel of apps, welcoming one and all with wide open listings. Add in the alternate Android marketplaces, and it all adds up to app democracy. Now, yes, that does mean you can get some lousy, buggy, scammy apps, but you and developers are treated like a bunch of grown-ups in the Android world, not like you're going to a daycare. Number 4, real multitasking. Yes, iOS does multitasking now, but not to the true degree Android does. Apps there are free to do their thing, like programs on a personal computer. And yes, as with a computer, it means you can run into some conflicts, but see note 1 above about daycare. Number 3, Adobe's Flash. Android phones support it, Apple's don't, and won't. It means your Android phone can hit the web, all of it, with a browser, not a custom app for each website you want to run well on your phone. Website apps aren't always cool innovation. Sometimes they're just baggage. And with Android, you don't have to use them. Number 2, handsets. Lots of them. There are something like 80 Android phones and counting. Apple has 2. Really, 1.5. Simplicity's worked well for them, but then again, there's that choice thing. Android has choice of features through all those handsets. Features you want, features you don't. Choice of a real keyboard or just a pretend one on the screen. Choice of a device with removable battery. Memory expansion slot. You get the idea. As we see everyone adopting smartphones, can 1 or 1.5 devices really fit all? Before we check out the number 1 reason Android makes iPhone look like the phone for sheeple, let's look at why we're even talking about this. Android's on fire. In the U.S. market, it outsold iPhone in Q3 of 2010 to grab 44% of smartphone shipments against Apple's 26%. That comparison, unthinkable a year ago. Globally, Android shipments are up 1,300% in a year to 20 million worldwide. Apple still dominates in the number of apps available, but where do you think that trend line's going to be going? And finally, the number 1 reason Android is better than iPhone, really, is carriers. That pesky choice thing again. Android phones are on a bunch of carriers. iPhone is and always has been just on AT&T. And even if you're one of the 6 people who've never heard the constant complaints about AT&T's network, you still might not want to move to it. Maybe you just like your carrier. Well, they've probably got a good Android phone waiting for you. So if you're now thinking Apple might be more 1984 than not, you'll want to check out CNET's Android Atlas Weekly Podcast, hosted by Justin Eckhouse and a variety of other experts he plucks from around CNET every week. Just head to cnet.com/live. And for more Top 5 goodness, it's top5.cnet.com. I'm Brian Cooley. Thanks for watching.